Hi, I'm Chris, and welcome to my channel, Synergistic Singing. Continuing on the series of what is the difference between singing and speech, and if you should sing the way you speak, I want to cover one big difference between the way you speak and the way you sing, and some of the repercussions of that and how to take that into consideration when you're singing or if you're running into problems in your singing. One big difference between singing versus speech is that oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes, when you are singing, you spend a longer time on the vowel and not so much time on the consonants. So if I take a phrase one step closer, notice how quickly I move through those three words, one step closer. And then notice how I actually spend more time on the consonants than the vowels, or maybe an equal amount of time on the consonants and the vowels. So one, I hung out on the end of one step closer. And you hear lots of little moments where there's slight pauses in sound as well. So there's actually little millisecond silences in between each one of my words because my consonants have temporarily stopped the sound. So if I do one step closer, you can sense step will sort of stop the sound for a moment. And all of those things affect how easy that particular phrase is to sing. So if I were to speak it the way you would want to sing it as a starting point, so not necessarily, don't think of this as a rule, you must always sing on the vowel, but think of it as like training wheels. So if you want the easiest starting point for a song, it's better to start on the vowels. Then I would do one step closer. Notice how I'm spending more time on the vowels versus on the consonant. If I spent more time on the consonant or consonants, then I would say one step closer. So notice how that's mostly consonants, and it probably would sound a little bit funny if I was singing it. So now I'm going to do several different versions singing, and you can kind of hear this big difference between speech versus singing. So if I stay on the vowels, then this particular phrase would sound like this. One step closer. So you can hear that I've got spending most of the time on the vowels. Now I'm going to spend a lot more time on the consonants, and notice what happens. One step closer. And you can kind of hear how it sounds a little strange. Not only that, but to sit on the P consonant sound, I actually feel a significant amount of tension in addition to there being a huge gap in the singing. So I do one step, there's like a good amount of pressure that's building. So we don't want to, as a starting point, spend a lot of time on the consonants. Certain consonants also encourage tightening of your throat, unnecessary tightening of your throat. And so if you spend more time on the vowels, it can also make the line easier to sing. So here's a great thing you can do. Take a recording of yourself of just your voice and no accompaniment, and pick a song. A slower song's probably better than a fast song, because a fast song might actually blast through vowels, and blast through words, so it's a lot harder to hear how much time you're spending on vowels versus consonants. So find like a slow-ish song, record yourself, listen back, and see if you can tell whether you're spending a lot of time on the vowels or the consonants, and see if you can spend a little bit more time on the vowels. And then notice how it makes you feel. If it helps you sing and feels better for you, awesome. Then that's totally something that you can use in your singing. Should you sing the way you speak? Well, in the case of vowels versus consonants, you really wouldn't want to sing the way you speak. You really want to spend more time on the vowels and not so much time on the consonants the way we normally do in speech. For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe, and for voice lessons either online or my Austin, Texas studio, go to synergisticsinging.com/schedule a lesson. And don't forget to check out my free breathing course below. Thanks for watching.